Following E3 2019 and Bethesda's showcase, which had Todd Howard going up on a stage and making jokes about their, let's call it, controversial launch of Fallout 76, which was universally hated by everyone, critics and users, Bethesda kinda instilled some hope for those loyal to Fallout 76. The announcement of human NPCs coming with the Wastelanders update was big, even though it should have been a day one feature. Beyond that, the Nuclear Winter Battle Royale mode, which nobody was asking for but Bethesda wanted to jump on that bandwagon, was also a hit, and personally I still think it was pretty fun, although like all Battle Royale modes, after a few matches I just kinda get bored of the mode and want to move on. Bethesda also provided an update on private servers and mod support right before E3, and honestly I just can understand why some had hope that this would be the next Elder Scrolls Online situation, but that just is not the case. The introduction of Fallout First, a premium membership which costs $100+ annually, and also you could just get it monthly for $13, is a step in the wrong direction. Now, I need to emphasize this, but none of this is surprising. The writing has been on the wall for a while now, and it really is unfortunate coming to terms that one of the best developers 10 years ago has turned into such a giant turd. And what's even more infuriating is the amount of fucking people that keep on holding on to the past. Like, all the defenses I'm seeing right now for Fallout 76's premium membership is absurd. This company is being greedy, and let's not excuse that. We call out developers or companies like Electronic Arts and Activision Blizzard. The same needs to be said about Bethesda Game Studios. They have changed. They are following the money. They can do that, but we also need to criticize and call them out for this, because this is all blatant greed. And this Fallout membership is not a step in the right direction, especially considering that Fallout 76 is still a pretty shit game. And I've been seeing comparisons made to the Elder Scrolls Online, which also has a similar premium membership called ESO+. But the difference is Fallout 76 is an online role-playing game, survival element, shooter, a lot of things, and ESO is an MMO, and also a good game. Many consider it one of the better MMOs around. For myself, it's just not for me, but I can understand the interest. At the very least, it does have human NPCs. Now, ESO did have a rocky launch, although let's not beat around the bush, that launch does not even come close to the turd that Bethesda Game Studios delivered with Fallout 76 last November. ESO has turned it around, and it began really with Tamriel Unlimited. Fallout 76 needed much more content and fixes before even introducing or even discussing a premium membership. I understand the company isn't making much money from Fallout 76, which probably doesn't have many active players right now, but that's their own fault. Bethesda could have tried to earn the community's trust back with more substantial updates, but instead they chose the money. And even the perks of the membership are slimy, disgusting, and could be considered pay to win, or pay for fun, I guess. Fan-requested content is paywalled, and what's even worse is that there are multiple reports now that a lot of this content is broken and bugged, which may be the least surprising news, considering that this is Bethesda. They've earned that reputation. Years ago it was a funny joke, now it's not really. But even worse, proving just how incompetent this company is, they did not secure the Fallout First domain website, and a fan did it instead. They obtained it. They have since used the website to mock Bethesda. You cannot make this stuff up. But we got a lot of new updates to go over to this dumpster fire of a situation in game. If you do go on to enjoy this content and want to show your support for gaming news coverage like this, please consider hitting that like button, subscribing for more, and turning notifications on so you do not miss out on any new videos. Nonetheless, at the end of my last video covering this situation, we went over some of the early reactions, and there was a lot of anger from within the Fallout community, but there was also a lot of people laughing at Bethesda, finding it hilarious that they're trying to pull this crap. And I also saw some theories out there, some people throwing some speculation that Bethesda announcing this big feature, or this, I guess, membership right now, is to try to hurt the Outer Worlds and Obsidian, try to cloud coverage over that game, but I actually think that it's the opposite that's happening. Bethesda is giving more reason for people to go buy that game. I mean, if anything, Bethesda is giving free publicity for the Outer Worlds and Obsidian, which right now, the early reviews, as I mentioned before, for the Outer Worlds are pretty darn good, and all the impressions I'm seeing are positive. Maybe I'll make a video later this week on it, but I'm personally excited for that game. For what it's worth, I'm actually not the only one thinking thinking Bethesda's train wreck will benefit the Outer Worlds. Chris Avallone, a former Obsidian developer that was a writer and lead designer on Fallout New Vegas, he also worked on Fallout 2, had a very similar opinion that he shared on Twitter. But also, some of the other reactions that have come are again pointing out the lies coming from Bethesda Game Studios. We talked about Bethesda making the cosmetic-only promise, which they broke numerous times this year, but there was also another promise that they made before release, which has now, I guess, been broken with this membership. Pete Hines, the vice president of PR department must be a mess right now. Well, he's the vice president of PR and marketing at Bethesda Softworks, and he told the official PlayStation magazine that Bethesda will be offering free content to players. There's always going to be new content, changes in game balance, whatever it takes, and by the way, it's all free after launch. All our content, there's no season pass and no paid DLCs. Well, did that age well? Ooh, poo. But moving right along, as I mentioned before, a big mistake that Bethesda Game Studios made was not, I guess, registering the domain for their membership website. Now, this website, falloutfirst.com, has since, I believe it's been taken down. Maybe it's just that the servers, I guess, too many people were trying to click on it. I'm not too sure, but it's not up right now for myself, and I would expect that Bethesda's lawyers are going to be very fast to take this down if they haven't already. But there are some archives of this page, and it's pretty funny. I gotta keep myself from saying this one word because it's said like 100 times on this page, but they pretty much just copy the post from Fallout 76's announcement of this membership and they edit it out. So here we have Fallout first member effed, and then there's an FU at the top, Fallout FU first. Private world scrap boxes and more coming to Fallout 76 with Fallout FU first. Ever since Fallout 76 launch, we've consistently done nothing to improve and evolve the experience based on your crappy feedback. That's why we're excited to launch Fallout FU first, a premium butt-pounding membership that... I can't do this. That offers something dumb players have been asking for since before launch. Private worlds for you and select idiot coughing friends, so we decided to put it behind a paywall. In addition to this huge feature, Fallout FU First also includes a host of pointless items and cult bonuses, all of which you can find... Okay, I'm gonna stop there. I'll keep scrolling down, but this is hilarious. Whoever did this, applaud to you. I mean, I think that this popped up on like 4chan first. Somebody said that they found it hilarious that Bethesda didn't actually register this domain. And personally myself, I don't know how they didn't do this, but I mean, this is Bethesda Game Studios. They are known for doing incompetent things. But I'll quickly go over how this individual mocked each feature. The private worlds, it says, this crappy community has been begging for the ability to play alone in private worlds since before the launch of Fallout 76, like what a Fallout game should be, and we begrudgingly announced that they are coming to the game with Fallout FU First. If you're a Fallout FU First slave, how you use your private world is completely up to you as long as we allow it, and then we'll go down to the microtransaction points to pad my bottom line. I mean, this is all very true. Some of it, at least. Some of this is some juvenile stuff, but maybe that should be expected from somebody who is just trying to give a very big FU to Bethesda. As a Fallout FU First slave, you'll have access to exclusive discounts and the surprise mechanics shop. So not only you are getting bonus microtransaction points every month, you get discounts on some stupid items to your money on. Then we have the scrap box. As a slave of Fallout FU First, you'll also pay for access to your own private scrap box. Use the scrap box to store all of the crafting components so they aren't taking up space in your stash box. Yay, pay to win systems. And then, yes, the fun tent. There's also the lazy version of the Ranger armor outfit, icons and emotes pack. Seriously, this is a main feature. I feel you there, actually. And then we have the last part, which is the stupid blank membership. Fallout FU First will be available as a 1-month waste your money membership, or you can purchase a yearly cash burning pile for a 36% discount over the monthly waste your money rate as shown on our website. I will not link this scam. Wow. I gotta say, applaud to this individual. I mean, that was some fast thinking. But what's even worse is that all of this content, the real content, not this actual, mocking website, it's actually having a lot of reports that this content is broken. But heading to this report from Forbes, they outline some of the main issues that are happening with this Fallout First content. So first, with private servers, there are a few issues cropping up here. Fallout First members are finding that a newly created world they might be heading to is not actually new at all. Players are reporting dead NPCs in looted areas when they get there, implying that there are not actually new instances, but instead reused old instances masquerading as brand new private worlds. The private aspect is also up for debate too. Players with big friends lists, merchants who sell players goods in the game, are finding that they cannot prevent people from joining their private servers where they just want to relax and play by themselves or with a few friends. Without some sort of invisible mode, other players can see your instance and join it. What a great way Bethesda has implemented all of this. It was definitely thought out. An interesting theory that I've seen some people throwing out there is that Bethesda, after delaying Doom Eternal, needed to make some money, so they decided to do this, and all this does feel like very last minute, but maybe that's just a theory, and honestly, knowing Bethesda, they probably thought about this months ago, and it's just been poorly implemented because they are Bethesda. But to the scrap box, if you were looking forward to the unlimited storage of scrap in Fallout 76, which could be considered pay to win, with the new scrap box perk of Fallout First, you definitely don't want to be using it just yet. Multiple players are reporting that they have deposited hundreds of units of scrap in these new boxes, only to find that the box has eaten it. Yes, all of the scrap is disappearing, and it's gone. Now, heading to the Fallout 76 subreddit, there's actually some Reddit threads, well, there's one in particular which is composing all the bugs from this new patch which introduced this Fallout membership. And yes, this is something that has to happen with Bethesda. You have to have a bug roundup because this is Bethesda. And as we've already discussed, the scrapbox and private server issues are detailed here, but additionally there's an issue with the tent. There are reports saying that placing the pop-up tent that is part of Fallout First is causing a crash to desktop. Multiple reports by reliable sources say placing the tent of the second camp is immediately causing a crash to desktop. This of course results in everyone being booted shortly after if the person who crashed was also the private server host. What a colossal screw up this has all been, and I just don't understand Bethesda's motive. This is only hurting them more, but I guess they just don't care. It's in the pursuit of money. But I mean, long term, I would think that this is just going to hurt their bottom line more. But hey, I'm not the financial expert or the person behind the scenes. I just think that all of this is just so dumb. Now, I could spend more time going over all of the lies, like Bethesda previously months ago was saying that the reason why they couldn't increase the stash limit was because of server problems, but now they have introduced the unlimited storage option as part of this monthly subscription, which is some people are calling it a scam, but I'm gonna just say there are better games out there. Game Pass is what, $11.99, $12.99, cheaper than this stupid membership, and you can go play Fallout New Vegas right now, or you can wait a number of hours and The Outer Worlds is coming out. There's a lot of other better options, and I just don't think people should be supporting this crap because Bethesda does not deserve your hard-earned cash. If people actually support this membership, you better understand what the future will hold for games like Starfield and The Elder Scrolls 6. Bethesda does not care about backlash. They had to have known that they would be slammed for this decision. But they did it anyway because they still believe, despite the backlash, anger, and outrage, they can get those extra few dollars out of die-hard Fallout fans, which in my opinion is disgusting. Anyway, that's where I'm going to leave this. What is your opinion on Bethesda not securing the Fallout First domain and a fan going ahead and securing it and mocking Bethesda? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. But thank you for watching. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy this video or found any informative value, and make sure to follow my other social media accounts for updates on new videos. Links are always down in the description below. I'm most active on Twitter, giving opinions on news that I do not always get in a video form, so do make sure to follow me over there. Also check out my Discord for all sorts of discussion on games. And again, thank you for joining. Consider subscribing for more videos like this, and I'll see you later.